We have made some videos featuring some very rough to watch behavior recently, but I have two clips in this video that is going to change your entire perspective on what it means to be an asshole in World of Warcraft. They were both submitted by the same person as well, which is really, really sad on its own, but no reason to delay it. Let's get right into the madness. Right out of the gate, you see we are in a City of Threads +4. We have our first comment of the dungeon, and I think it's important. I don't really know, to be honest, but it's definitely important to show you in the video. The Demon Hunter says, "I'm sleepy." That's the only thing that gets said in the entire beginning of the dungeon. There's nothing going on before the key. Demon Hunter just says he's sleepy and then comes and does the dungeon. He's here, not relevant to what's going on at the moment in the dungeon, but he's here currently. Just mentioned that he's tired. I could have done a super cut with how many people sent me this same situation here. The tank just like barely moves the boss and somebody like lags behind and gets killed by that. Look at how long it takes that guy to actually move that boss from safety there. I think it's safe to say he never does, to be honest, because there's still like a portion of the circle that's in that purple puddle, and the Demon Hunter who was sleepy is just back there dancing around doing Demon Hunter things, so he's dead. We can see as we're progressing to the next area, the Demon Hunter is like lagging behind severely. If you look at the minimap, I have no idea why. Doesn't look like he gets like caught or anything like that, but maybe just like not on his mount. I don't know. Just notable things to notice throughout the dungeon. Still just totally not here. It's like, what is he actually doing at this point? I'd love to see it from his perspective. Sleep Hunter going to join the group though, and we're here just in time to fight this pack. So made it to boss 2, 2 deaths, no issues whatsoever. Strangest death. I don't think I've ever seen a tank death to this. This is really, really, really crazy. As Blood Death Knight, I can AMS it, so I guess it's easier, but this guy is actually just gonna die as a tank, and you can see the stacks just aren't being cleared. He dies with 7 stacks. I assume that means that people are just not soaking, which is hard to understand considering we have 2 melee DPS. But look at how long it takes to actually wipe here, okay? The boss is being attacked with no tank from 21, probably about 21, 30, 35-ish, maybe 40-ish. Look at how long it actually takes a second death to occur here. There's no actual damage happening because the bosses just keep going through their phases and doing all these different mechanics. So we're down to 2110. Finally, maybe some deaths are going to come in here, and it's just like everybody just dies, seemingly unrelated to tank being alive or not. And then the people just start talking about like, are you going to battle res or what? Like, you had like almost a full minute to battle res that guy, and they just don't do it. Look at the response from this other paladin. This is crazy. Fuck, I didn't see it. Yeah, I did have battle res. I will be more mindful. Oh yeah, great. Yeah, just definitely pay a little bit more attention to if the tank is alive on a boss fight on a Tyrannical 4. But here we have our first like red flag death. Okay, now again, I don't know what the reality of this situation is, but the ending is gonna wrap it up very nicely for anybody who's questioning it. Watch the Demon Hunter. We can actually kind of see him now. He is not attacking. I'm not even sure he's facing the boss. It looks kind of to me like he's facing the opposite direction, but his character is not attacking. It is actually totally idle, and his character is just gonna stand in these purple puddles, and he is going to die. Love that wall standing still and not attacking. He's doing 500k, and we have a guy who is not standing still and not attacking, and he did 386k. That's low keys right there. Anyway, he releases. He's back. He's here. He's playing the video game. He just died for some reason while he was AFK, but he's back. He's doing Demon Hunter things again. This is not even like a red flag. I think it's like a red card at this point, right? Look at the Demon Hunter. I think you see him. He's just standing still in a puddle. I love the blessing of protection that goes out, by the way. Standing in a purple puddle. Maybe it's physical. You never know. This is right at the start of the fight as well. This is like 28 seconds into combat. Yeah, less than 30 seconds into the boss pull, the guy is now AFK and dead. We are going to lose the healer here to not being AFK and standing in a puddle, actually trying and still failing. So we're going to throw the battle res on that person, and then we're immediately going to start trying to throw battle reses on the Demon Hunter, you know, assuming they're coming back. Battle res is going out. They're not taking it. They're actually just like expiring the full, I think it's like 2 full minutes or something like that you have a battle res for. You can tell like the boss is not taking damage. I think we're probably doing a very poor job of blocking the orbs, but this boss is still at 87% 2 minutes into the fight. Here's 3.5 minutes in the encounter, 52%. Coming up on 5 minutes into the encounter, 26%. We're gonna have 25%. No, he ate another orb, back to 30% now. 6 United States minutes into the encounter, the boss is finally gonna go down. So this is important because because you see the battle res still glowing over there in the corner. These guys continued to try to chain res this guy for 5.5 minutes. The fight takes over 6 minutes. Ben getting chained battle res, not taking it. I mean, that's wasting like holy power and stuff as well. At this point, you think, all right, I don't know. He's gone, I guess. Like, what's happening here? Who knows? People are starting to comment on it finally, all this time later. DPS is AFK, says Bishqueet. Perhaps too worried about it, or maybe trying to impersonate the Demon Hunter. He's also AFK, just stands in the slam, doesn't even try to move out of that, and now he's dead. This guy releases, and he's going to run all the way back to the dungeon. And we've talked about this somewhat recently, but one way or the other, he's not here, okay? And we're still fighting the small scarabs, but we have Consecrate down, so it's going to pull the boss. Watch our reaction here. Here's Bloodlust. Throwing the Bloodlust in there with 3 people. One of them's outside the room. The other guy's outside consciousness. Paladin says, I'm locked out, though. I released. Yeah, not going to kill the boss with 3 people. So at this point, we're 34 minutes into the video, okay? You might have seen that it is a 41-minute recording, and we're now whispering the Demon Hunter, asking, like, what's going on. And they are actually marked as AFK, so I don't know. Like, they're not just sitting there. It seems, I don't know how any of that works. Funny comment here gets made, though, doesn't it? The Paladin says, that's really annoying. If he pops up when it's time to collect, I swear, ... Actually, 4 dots, ... 4 dots. There's 4 dots. Barely gonna get by here, though. We have deaths here. The healer dies. A lot of healing needed here, honestly. So this is a really tough fight to solo save. One of the hardest solo saves I think I've ever done, but we are gonna get the battle res on the healer, and we are just gonna kind of squeak by here. They're basically tickling this boss to death with the damage that's alive at this point, but it is gonna die after 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and the prophecy fucking instantly comes true. Unfathomable. Did you see it? Watch it again. The boss is gonna die, and within seconds of the boss dying, the Demon Hunter releases. Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about this. I really don't. Watch this play out. We'll count it down exactly when the boss dies. 39:59 in the video. Watch him release. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. 40:03. Unbelievable. The guy doesn't whisper them. He doesn't comment. He's fucking moving, dude. Look at it. He's actually going to come here and collect his loot. I love that this Paladin challenges him to a duel as well. That's pretty aggressive. See, he's just going to show up here. Look at this. What fucking balls do you have, man? I don't know how to explain this away. I really don't. This is without question the rudest shit I've ever seen in my entire life in the video game. And we have a second clip that's way, way worse. The guy said he was sleepy. That's the only comment he makes in the whole dungeon. Dies a bunch just standing still AFK, like maybe legitimately falling in and out of sleep. I have no idea. But one way or the other, even if it's true, no matter what excuse you want to give the guy, don't do the fucking key then. You know, like, I mean, if this is the performance you're going to get out of the player, they chose to invite this player and this is the performance they get, that's real bad, man. And that is real bad. And it is crazy to say that I have something far, far, far worse coming at you right now. Preparing to do a stone vault, setting things up. Pay attention. We have a paladin named Nubu Hone, I guess, some Japanese name or something like that. We also have another Japanese name in the group. That's Charmander, one of my favorite Pokemon. And this brother is gonna let the legacy of the Charizard down big time in this key. So here is the comment. I mean, our character's name is Courtney. This is a woman, all right? Just letting you know that. The paladin asks, Courtney, are you a man? And we give an honest response. Yeah, I talked a lot about this over the years with a lot of different people, and one way or the other, the less chatter, the better. The less chatter, the better, because you get fucking asinine bullshit like this motherfucker has the balls to type. Look at this. Do you think you are able to play this game at the same level as a man would? I ask because the first pull is hectic. What the fuck kind of question is that? Charmander says, what do you mean? Like, I guess genuinely believes that this is a valid question to ask somebody. Unfortunately, the pack does not go well, and I'm not really sure why. I guess just a lot of damage goes out in the pack, a lot of cast goes out, and so we're gonna have a full wipe to this first pack with Bloodlust consumed. What do you think that means for the chat? Of course, that means we get another comment on it. Charmander says, guess the answer was no. Courtney, how does it feel to know you were unable to prove that women are equal to men? We're gonna get a report here, and this is a bad one. Like, this person should definitely be reported. And the fact that both of these guys are together really hammers home everything we've been talking about this whole time. But you're seeing here the player is actually lagging too on top of this, so we got a double whammy going going on here. We are going to have some extra problems and extra deaths here because of the lag. And of course, you know, that's going to keep people talking about it. Actually going to have a full-on disconnect here as well, as they're doing a relatively hard pack. This is going to be a big problem. Watch what they return to. I knew they'd be dog shit as soon as I saw the name, referring to somebody with the name Courtney, which identifies them likely to be a woman. Unbelievable comment from this guy. And it's stuff like that that makes me think like they're genuinely not joking. Like it might have been some like weird trolly harassment at one point, but it doesn't feel like it. This continues for the entire length of the dungeon. Fighting the boss here, getting some really great instructional leadership from Charmander. Says, woman, get the orbs. They increase healing. Continuing to lag here, so we have another death due to the lag, and we are going to get the battle res from the guy who's just like harassing the person as well. This is kind of feeling a little bit like the Dilly review we did last expansion, don't you think? Like that they're just egging this person on, keeping them in the group, keeping them mildly interested in the key enough that they can continue to harass them. The Demon Hunter's getting a whiff of that, and they're trying to be a little bit more positive, saying, nice one, good heals. Paladin, who's not associated with these people, I'm pretty sure, says, barely made it. And then, of course, another great comment from Charmander. They say, not bad for a woman. This is the unbelievable visual, though. Wait until you see what's gonna happen here, okay? This dude pulls his whole pack, right? Looks like he doesn't have good, I mean, we don't have defensive tracked, but he's struggling right now out of the gate. Paladin, his friend, looks like he pulls threat or something like that. Fella's got 11 stacks up to 14. Here comes 16. Here comes 19 stacks. All right, probably time to start kiting. All right, he does. Oh, just too fucking stupid to realize that you're kiting to drop the stack, so walks back into his own death. Watch it again. Like, you really can't make this shit up. There's the warrior. A million stacks of this debuff. Finally time to start kiting, maybe. Gonna do it for about 3 seconds. Not even close. Like, the debuff is not even halfway off. Just walks back into melee range, gets 22 stacks, and died. And then his buddy replies, no heals on the tank? Yeah, that was definitely the problem. Immediately links a chart. The Demon Hunter, actually trying to be productive here, says, no, that's a real tough pull. You need to kite. Had plenty of opportunities, especially as a warrior, to drop stacks there and just doesn't do it. Basically suicide. I mean, like, you could say that could even be intentionally trolling, because the fact that the Paladin responds that quickly with the link of the chart, like, it makes me think that they might be in Discord talking about doing this to this person. The Paladin says half the healing of the tank to try to confirm their point of not getting heals. And the warrior says, and I don't even have heals. I'm a warrior. So on to the second boss. They're talking about ranged kicks, but like we never really get to that point here. We're actually going to have another pretty bad death here. And I think this might be maybe even lag too. I'm not really sure, because it looks like they're out of this, but he's going to do this like big frontal orb, and we're kind of going to take like a little bit of a weird path. And I guess maybe the jump kind of seals the deal there, but we kind of walk into that. And again, there's the battle res. Watch the Demon Hunter here. This is kind of funny, actually. He's going to use Hunt on like the speaker guy as they're pulling the box to the middle. So that guy's just like charged into his own death there. They kind of get away with it though. Like, boss is almost dead, but we're having a little trouble keeping everybody alive. Yeah, the Paladin cohort of the Pokemon is just going to die, I guess, to just the damage from the mechanic. And then, yeah, just continuing to fall behind because we did not kill the bosses properly. So we're actually going to have a full wiper. Like, look at the speaker is like dead like a minute before the other guy is going to be dead. They're talking about how they actually failed. The leader, again, not the other Paladin, says, I saw the Demon Hunter hunt to the wrong target. Demon Hunter says, yeah, it was a massive fail. Then Charmander chimes in one more time. Woman got hit by first orb. Demon Hunter is a believable mistake. We could have battle resed. The woman dying to that orb was the real mistake. It's so easy to dodge. You can see their guild name, Nothing But Air. That's, yeah, there's been some appropriate guild names in some of these reviews. This one might be one of the best ones. And unfortunately, this is how the key is going to end. So we never really get to see the full culmination of what could be done here. But yeah, obviously this key's way over time at this point. I think like legitimately that they keep it up because they just want to keep fucking with this person, which is really, really weird. And so instead of keep resetting and keep logging back into this nonsense, they said they just pulled the plug and that was it for the day. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That's pretty nuts. I played this game for 20 years. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this. So again, whatever, both of these are just ridiculous. We talk about this a lot. Like, you should be banned if you act certain ways in Mythic Plus. I say that's for the good of the community. I think these guys should actually just be permanently banned. And I think they actually have a shot at being, like, I don't know exactly what's gone on with these guys since then, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do this. Like, I don't know. Try to look them up, but the one character doesn't seem to exist anymore. I've tried like all evolved versions of Charmander. Probably name changed. Not sure if they would still be in the guild, but there's like nobody in here who actually like does keys. This guy's still here though. 2,500, pretty accomplished player. Didn't even get all the portals. Actually on Barthalas as well. So Oceanic. I've had a lot of people suggest that like Oceanic's just as bad as Ragnaros and stuff like that, but I almost never play with them, so I don't really feel like I see that much. But yeah, damning evidence here today, I guess. Anyway, this may very well be the last review we get to do of season 1, and if it is, I think it's a very appropriate way to end it. This season was an absolute mess in so many ways, and the community made it way worse than it should have been. Even if we just showed the first clip, it's real bad. Like, I don't know what that dude was doing, just going AFK for 20 minutes and deciding to come back right at the end, but the game's in a serious state, man. All jokes aside, like this is not a joking matter. It's on us to clean it up. It really is. Like, regardless of how you feel about this, treating people that you choose to group with this way, both clips, all the clips we've shown all season, really, it's just not right, man. It's just really not right. And the fact that Blizzard won't do anything about it, potentially won't even take action on these guys. Like, I don't know. This was recorded a while ago now. I feel bad that I missed this when I did, man, because we could have hit this hard in the middle of the season and it probably would have got a lot more exposure and maybe, you know, made a bigger impact. I really hope that the community can improve. I doubt it though. I really do. I feel like there's so many good players out there who, instead of trying to take action and do something about the state of the community, they just run away. They run away from the pug scene. I say this all the time. Every time somebody was marginalized by leavers, by the trolls, now the hatred, whenever you feel marginalized by that and you quit pugging, those people become a higher percentage of the overall community. That's why it gets worse season after season, and it's not gonna go away unless we do something about it or convince Blizzard to do something about it. But yeah, man, it was a wild season. Thank you for watching. The next video on this channel is going to be the seasonal disband review, which is gonna be absolutely insane. And then stay tuned, because we're gonna have streams back going again. We're gonna be back to our normal schedule. Should be Tuesday through Friday, starting maybe around 11-ish, going till about 4 or 5-ish every day, and we're gonna be hitting this season real hard. Continue to submit runs. Please, please, please. If you guys are doing especially low keys in the beginning of season 2, I'm begging you, press that record button. If I miss you, I will come back to it. This will be like an annual thing. I guess we'll take the last 2 weeks of the season off and catch up on anything we missed. But yeah, there have been some legendary submissions within the first 2 weeks of a season, so please keep the channel in mind. Thank you guys for all you've done, and anybody out there trying to improve this game, I thank you for that too, because it's getting to a state where I'm not sure it can at this point. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.